Hello. I'm just gonna ping a couple people. No, I'm here. It should be great. Ooh, there's a different group I was thinking of. Yeah. Do. Taking a minute before I start. Who else did I want to tell about? Okay. Let's play, I guess. This should be good. I'm live, right? I have no signal that I'm live. Where's my friggin... There we are. Okay. Cool. Alright, so we're close to endgame. If I have as much time as I expect to play right now, I'm probably gonna finish. There's a few things I want to do. This is our side quest challenge where... Why did I want to do that? For some reason that felt really important to me, but that was nothing. But I have to do these side quests that are mostly kind of community-generated quests. Some of them are attributed to me, but they're ones I wrote for another player 6 years ago, so it's kind of weird reaping what I sowed. Sowing what I reaped? I don't know. A few of these are, like, complicated, but a few of them really aren't. And, like, the one with the ice Gygases, I think I can do right now. Didn't I, like, buy a bunch of mithril hammers? Yeah, I did. This is gonna be ridiculous. Ninja with a hammer. It's gonna be great. Okay, hammer. Lightning guy. We're going to beat 10 ice Gygases with these items. This is technically, although there's a couple areas in the ice cave where I know I always run into ice Gygases, this little strip near Gaia, I believe, is the easiest place to find ice Gygases in the game. I need to remember that I can only use what's unlocked, and I think... Let's see, what spellcasting items can I even use right now? Gauntlets, which is the Zeus Gauntlets. Cast a Thundera spell with those. Oh, Giant's Gloves. Okay, good. That's all pretty mundane. Sounds special, but it's mundane. Okay, weapons. Boring. Razor. Okay, so if I want spellcasting items... Oh, I don't have the razor yet. Okay, Ice Gygases. I'm all over myself. You know, I haven't played in roughly 2 weeks. I think my wife has the impression that I have a lot of free time to play video games. But there's a lot of times when I don't. And I was saying to her yesterday, you know, we're in late summer when things do sort of pick up for us. Maybe she should throw out gauntlets. Oh, look at that! Only spellcasting items show up here. I should have known that. Oh, I don't have the power gauntlets yet. Okay. So literally my only spellcasting item is gauntlets. It actually shows Thundera. I didn't know it would do that. It's not like that in other versions of Final Fantasy 1. Good job. So I was saying to my wife a thing about these guys are terrible. About even the things that I know consciously are unimportant. Holy moly. Okay. Well, whatever. Still take up like a form of I don't know what you might say. I haven't actually seen an ice giant here yet, which makes me wonder. Yeah, I know the domain mapping changed a little bit between versions. I hope there's still ice Gygases here. I'm interested in fighting this. Even the things that I know are unimportant take up some mental capital, right? And so, like, the other day, I beat Xenoblade X. And I mean, I had beaten it a couple days prior, and then I did the Chapter 13 stuff. Oh my goodness! This guy is really rare. And really strong. I wonder if he resists hold. I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna, hope that Cecil can tank really well with the 2 blinks. And hope that the Protera keeps the rest of us safe enough. Oh, I need to open my screenshotter. I forgot I'm still using the dumb hammers. I was so expecting to be running into the... we're fine. They're not really optimal equips. Okay, no big deal. I guess it really is no big deal. But, it's perfectly likely you can go through a playthrough of this game and never see one of those. In fact, most people do, right? Anyway, I was saying a thing about mental capital and whatever. And I was like... Even just being done with Xenoblade X to my satisfaction, where that's a game where if you're the right kind of nerd, you could probably dump hundreds of hours into it and get your 99s and whatever. But I don't feel any particular pull toward needing to do that. I got fairly strong. I think my character ended around 80. And had a pretty good build, pretty good skill, but I know neither was optimal. I am not encountering ice giants, and I'm considering going to the ice cave. These are weird enemies to encounter here. So, like, even though I have important things to be doing this time of year, and for the most part I'm on top of those, just getting my Xenoblade playthrough out of mind, I think is really helpful. And I feel the same way about this. I've got some near future plans, certainly a lot professionally and to my family and whatever. There's certain gaming plans that I have that I want to do in the near future, and I gotta wrap up some of the things I'm doing in order to do those. And then there's certain things I just sort of sit on. Often in the summertime, this is a weird tendency of mine, I like to change all my passwords. I like to, every so often, just do the refresh, change every single password for every single service. Oh, weird. And I haven't done that. And there's another thing I kind of want to do that's weird and time-consuming, and that is, for the image hosting for my blog, I've been using Imgur, and I, for the most part, really like Imgur. I don't think I'm going to find the Ice Gygases here. But Imgur, in just the last week, has gone completely haywire. I don't blame the community for what's happened, but There is expectation from some people that that service is doomed in the near future. And, you know, I want to find an alternative, but it's really been the best for me at what it does. And it's not about the community aspects, the mix of image hosting and social media. I really don't care about the social media aspects. I don't really use them. Not that I, you know, when I say I don't care, I don't mean I'm ambivalent to what's happening to the community. I wouldn't mean that at all. But, you know, I upvote some things I spot in the gallery. That's about the run of it. That's... Anyway. I'm not, like, deleting my account in protest, even though I don't like it. But I recognize that the site is kind of starting to fail, and that the business model, there's a certain proneness to failure in that. I don't know how to say what I want to say about that. Do. Uh-oh. Enjoying your vacation there, Cecil? And your vocation? It's important to me that you love what you do. Being a statue. This, on the NES version, is the floor where I always encounter Frost Giants. And I'm not sure it's going to be the case here. Again, the goal in the short term is to get access to the Thor hammer, just because I thought it would be easy. Apparently not. Oh my goodness. Same fight again. The aiming is of some importance to me, otherwise I would just auto-battle the whole thing. Anyway, really it would be nice to do that before I do the Sea Shrine. The Sea Shrine has kind of one easy quest associated with it. I'd like to get that done too. It makes sense to get access to lightning attacks before doing Sea Shrine. But then I would need to go pick out all the treasure from the Mirage Tower too. So, you know, when you talk about a variant challenge of community-based side quests, well, let's not. You know, you expect it to make you play the game differently. I will say it's absolutely succeeding at that. Oh no. It's a Mario. The failing to flee thing still surprises me. I really don't think that was in any version of Final Fantasy to date. Oh, these bozos. Are they gonna trounce me? No. Something is up with their, I don't know, mechanics or something. They've changed, man. Do. Fun fact that not everyone realizes is white dragons are weak against lightning. You naturally think they'll be weak against fire, and you'd be right. But they actually have more than one significant weakness. Which makes it feel Pokemon-y, right? Flying enemies hit them with lightning. But I guess the other dragons, that's not true, so... In fact, I guess, when I think about it, they are the only dragon enemy weak to lightning. There's no water dragons in this game. I don't know if maybe some pedant out there would be saying, you know, ice is water. Good fight. Good fight, gents. There's one that, there's a challenge in here that's about, hunting dark wizards without metallic equipment. But I think the prize might be terrible. Mage's Staff. I think I can do it. No metallic equipment. It turns out this is going to be hard. I can't use the ribbon yet. Okay, we have no indication that the helm is leather or wood. I'm going to say the protect ring is okay. We can use Power Staff, right? Yeah. And nunchucks. How valuable. This is awful, but if I can beat one Dark Wizard, I get the Mage Staff, which is actually pretty useful. I think I'm considering this valid. You know, you would be allowed the Protect Ring if it were Final Fantasy IV. Oh, the damage is so high. This is what happens when you don't wear metal armor. What a critical error. Can you even encounter Dark Wizards on this floor? I seem to encounter a lot of these bozos. Boy, I am just realizing I'm on the tired side now. Great fight. You remember PS1 era games when there was like 30 seconds of loading at the start of every fight? Cumbersome. Dark Wizards, where are you? You guys love this floor. I love that they're blocking with leather shields right now. No. This is not the particular brand of run destroyer I'm looking for right now. This magnetic elf battle thing is technically possible at Astos. But there was no way to do it and do the one that enables the rune staff. Rune sword. And another... No, really just the rune sword. There was one about, like, getting hit with a fire spell or something. I think it was the one that enabled Blizzera? Oh, hello, friend. Use nothing but thunder and hammers. Okay. That's one stupid giant down. Really wasn't that bad, but I'd like it to happen faster. But I'm really looking for those awful guys now. I'm looking for the awful guys. Excuse me, have you seen the awful guys? Awful guys, awful guys, awful guys, awful. Awful guys. Oh. I didn't think that would wipe them. I guess it's because Vivi's got a significantly higher intelligence stat than even Lena. Here we are. No metallic equipment. I can do whatever else I want, but no metallic equipment. From the time you entered the dungeon where you are searching for this quarry until you kill it, you must use no metallic equipment. Done. Mage staff eligible. Okay, we're gonna re-equip now. What if I... Oh, I can't do that. You know what's funny? Diamond Helm isn't metal. I technically could have worn that, right? Diamond Dragon Flame? Flame. Ice. I think he gets Ice and Flame. Can I use both? Yes. I guess the same is true of Diamond Armlet. What weapon? I think he was allowed to use the Ice Brand. I think we were both using Ice Brand. I think that's the best available sword. Considering these are sorted by power, I believe that to be the case. Can't use the light axe anyway. Diamond Helm. I am allowed to use Diamond Helm, right? Yes. And what about my ninja friend here? Mithril Helm is in play? Mithril Helm is in play. I could check on the Flame Sword. Handy for here. I don't know. Not enough to make a difference. Oh, wonderful. This guy should be weak against the Mage Staff, which I can now use. I'm gonna verify that I can use it. Mage's Staff, yes. Oh. It casts Fira. Turns out it's very unnecessary. Fira is a very nice spell to be able to chuck out whenever you want. Oh, that was a second Ice Giant. Since I haven't played in a while, I haven't said it in a while. I'm playing the whole game with a boost on, and the boost is half experience. And that's because if I left on full experience, I'd probably be way over-leveled for almost everything on average. And I believe that to be true. I think my levels would be quite a bit higher. They're already high, but who knows what the balance of this version of this game is like. And I say that because they've rebalanced this game substantially. It's not always straight up easier. It's different. Mostly straight up easier. I would have been really excited for the money from that in times long past. Maybe this floor is just a poor place to... Oh no! I say oh no because the white mage didn't do exactly what I expected with the auto battle. But really, it is no big deal. Oh good, another one of those. I've accrued quite a few of those things. Ooh, this is a bit of a nasty fight. Or it can be. If they were to throw out two of those tier 3 spells, our friend Vivi would be down. There's one set of chests in this floor that I didn't get, that's in the bottom left, and I kind of thought, well, I'm roaming around here, I may as well. But really... I kind of want to save my Thunderas for Fire Gyguses. Wait, that's second Ice Gygus I beat. Sorry, Ice Gygus. I don't know if I actually only use Thunder and Hammers. I'm still... Did I? I don't remember well enough to trust that I did, so I'm gonna just not. Oh, that's not as potent as on the NES. I forgot about my hammer situation. Okay, so I unchecked an Ice Gygus just because I'm not sure that I followed the rules properly there. Where the heck is the... There it is. Hammer, hammer, hammer. Thunder. Or that's the idea. The idea unrealized. We won an ice shield. Fun fact about Winter Wolves dropping ice shields. This is not a fun fact, it's an anecdote. My son and I, he started playing Final Fantasy 1 on Dawn of Souls one day, and then the next day I was like, I wonder if I could beat the game before you. And then he and I were playing Final Fantasy 1 on Dawn of Souls, basically side by side for a little while. And I started to make progress, and he was like, oh no, and then he has, you know, kid commitments and kid amounts of time, so he got way ahead of me really quick. And I think he beat the game, or he's up to Chaos Shrine and then might have just kind of stopped. Again, kids. But I thought I was gonna get the drop on him, in a way, by using Peninsula Northeast of Pravoka. So I did that, and I did like 3 fights there, and then I got an ice shield from a Winter Wolf, which, wow. What was I starting to say? Oh, the ice shield. Getting an early ice shield as a lucky drop from Peninsula of Power Winter Wolves is an absurd difference. An early ice shield, it's so potent. I felt kind of bad because there I was like basically competing at the game side by side with my kid, and I was gonna trounce him with an ice shield. Like that's really handy for Lich. Pretty good against Astos. Makes a big difference. Not to mention just the general defensiveness, right? Yeah, getting ice shields as a drop from Winter Wolves is... You wouldn't think it's super busted, but it's pretty darn busted. Boy, getting 2 spellcasting items has made a world of difference. That was on purpose. Oh. Well, oh. I was trying to stay on that one floor where I had been encountering the Frost Gyguses. These guys are trash. Oh, well, they're survivable trash. La la la. La la la. La la la. You guys used to be so strong. And now use nothing. Here, Frost Giants, Frost Giants, Frost Giants. So many places I encounter rare enemies more than I would expect. Or, you know, large groups of enemies that don't exist in the original version of this game. And here, where I normally encounter like 3 frost giants in this hallway alone, nothing. Yeah, this big square room, it's a huge square, is normally where I fight them. It's like the one place in the game I can reliably fight frost Gyguses. Except they're called fur giants in Final Fantasy I on NES. Not because they're furry. Maybe because they live with the fur wolves and the fur gators. Fur gators are the ones that seem strange in that, aren't they? I'm very much not encountering the things I need to encounter. This could be quick, you know, but it isn't. It's funny doing these relatively easy fights with the Knight and Ninja having such suboptimal equipment, too. Like, the Mithril Hammers are not really good weapons. Oh, here's one. Okay, so we will do fight, 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 gauntlets. Easy peas. More of that, please. No. I wonder why they chose to make some of the enemies drop the things they drop. There's not actually some winter wolf carrying a shield. And it's a little funny that wraiths are carrying around iron staves that no player really has a use for. Number 3. Ah. Excellent. Just to be on the safe side, I'm not going to do an action beside Hammer and Lightning in this fight, even though, really, the wolves shouldn't count. But it's fine, it's fine. Okay, this is going better now. I was getting discouraged. As a jerk. I was making sure that my progression is checked off correctly, because different quests appear based on where you are in the game. And the furthest along progression item I have access to is the cube. For the most part, progression in this game is, like, pretty close to linear. even though you can do things in a different order. And in fact, it's sort of popular to do things in a different order. I feel like I had an extra one in there, but whatever. I might have failed to count one because I was messing around with screenshots. I'd hate to overcount, so. Ew. The Wraiths are not scary. The Spectres can do some damage and have a pretty good shot at paralyzing us. I forget which ones are beefier. But seeing as none of them stand up to the gauntlets, it kind of doesn't matter. I suppose there must be a way to get more than one fire shield in this version of the game. If the Winter Wolves drop ice shields... I wonder if there might be some entirely different opportunity to get rare items that are limited. I'm sure that this version of the game itself has had some level of data mining, probably not down to the mechanics, but... Like, I wonder if people know by now whether all of the GBA items are technically in the game's data but inaccessible. That would be something. Yesterday I ended up working outside for a very large part of the day. I guess you could say almost the whole day. It wasn't really planned when I started or anything. Oh, cool. But boy, was I dehydrated. Yet last night I must have had like 5 cups of water and a pop. I don't think I had a cup of tea. I often have a cup of tea in the evening. And, I had a milk with dinner. So, like, I, hyper-hydrated in the evening. And then I slept terribly. So maybe that's why I'm saying I'm tired. But drinking the water, because I'm still feeling that way a little bit. Yesterday wasn't an incredibly hot day. The last couple weeks just haven't been. But a lot of this summer sure was hot. I have no idea how to count how many enemies have run away. There's a spell that unlocks based on how many enemies have run away from me. And I don't know how to track. I also don't know how to do this. You know, maybe if I just get everyone basically dead, some of these challenges will be easier. Oh. There we go. Good job, Lena. So far, I've got one quest done today. I've been playing for 45 minutes. Not really doing great. I think next stop might be the sea trap. I don't know. Stopping into the first 2 floors of Mirage Tower might actually be a fantastic idea. Get Thor's Hammer, get the Sunblade, get the Dragon Mail, all of which I think I've already unlocked. You know, one of the quests I have active right now... Defeat 30 undead. I've absolutely beaten 30 undead. And I've absolutely beaten a dragon zombie, but I've never beaten a vampire lord. There's no start point on this, so... I like that so many of the spell effects sound like Final Fantasy VI. That's cute to me. My son, who had been playing Final Fantasy VI Physical Remaster, I forget if this was before or after the last time I played this, but he beat the game. And he felt good about it. And then I was starting to tell him, like, level up a small number of characters at a time and give them stat-boosting espers. And he was like, why would I? I already beat the game. And I said, you are not my son. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. That game is very... I don't know if it's nostalgic or what. Very fun, in my opinion, to break that game. To, Boy, the end of that game feels different when you're really powerful. And the game lets you get very powerful. You don't see that kind of thing in 4, because the stat maxing in 4 sucks. You don't get that powerful in this game. There are still always... Even if you get to level 50, there are some things that are going to get you a little nervous. Can a level 50 team lose to Chaos? Depends on the team, I guess. If it was like 4 unpromoted thieves, sure. For not the first time in the recent past, I'm wearing shoes, and I'm not aware of shoes in the house person. I know that there's some places where people, like, wear shoes all the time, and wearing socks is considered scandalous. I don't know what people do. The thing I remember, and this is a weird thing to call out, is watching the episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with Sebastian Maniscalco. And he was like, he said some comment along the lines of, I don't need to see your freaking gold toes, as if seeing someone's socks was repulsive, you know? Gotta be some repression of some kind happening there. Anyway. I don't generally wear shoes indoors. I do at work. I don't really wear shoes in my house, maybe I should say, for clarity's sake. But I am. Because, I did one day, when I was streaming a little while ago, it was novel then too, it was when my wife bought me new shoes, which was very nice of her. Oh, I didn't check off that guy. Those shoes, for whatever reason, got damaged like really weirdly quickly and easily. Like it hadn't been that long, and somehow like large sections of the tread had what seemed to be some kind of like applied veneer or something that just came off. I don't know. So in a strangely short number of wears, they were semi-trash. And so she got me new shoes. And I'm wearing them again before I go outside and they get all dirty or whatever. I've also been wearing crappy outside shoes. Usually my shoes retire into a category of outside shoes. Kind of like when you have a shirt that gets wrecked enough that it becomes a painting shirt. There's like my digging shoes. I don't generally wear my digging shoes to work, so... I'm sure this has been very informative for a lot of people. Wow, finally, someone's giving me opinion on right place to wear bad shoes. I'm not a person that cares a lot about shoes. I know that's a thing for a lot of people. For me, shoes are basically just a stat buff. They grant an ability, a passive. They grant me a passive, and that's the ability to walk on gravel. If it weren't for the ability to walk on gravel and asphalt, there would be no reason to wear shoes. That's the passive they grant. Walk on gravel. You know, it's really cool that I got to beat that Tyrannosaur, because of that quest for the Masamune, beating 120 of the enemies in the game. It's looking pretty viable. I got the Ochre Jelly. I got the Tyrannosaur. The only other real rare enemies left are like, well, Warmech, Iron Golem. Ghasties are pretty rare outside of the final dungeon, but once you get into the final dungeon, usually there's gas dragons everywhere. La 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 la. Another Crossier. Crossier? Crossier? I like the idea of a ninja swinging hammers. I was literally thinking maybe it'd be a fun variant series to do all the games where you can be ninjas using nothing but hammers. And then I was thinking about how to implement that. I think it's a... I don't think it'd be that fun. I don't know. It would be a little hard to implement in some of the Final Fantasy games without a very hackable medium. Final Fantasy III, where you could start with a ninja, would be kind of interesting. Here we are. The final gig. Okay, we are going to do a tiny little dive into the Mirage Tower. We're going to scoop treasure. We're gonna see about Vampire Lords while we're there, because Vampire Lords actually do something for us. Actually, it's kind of funny what they do for us. Where's the spot I like to park? Is it here? There's a thing about... Can I use Mithril Axe? Yeah. About... Beat a Vampire Lord... Using only damage caused by attacks with axes. Sell the axe that deals the killing blow. That's a good one. There's another one, too. I can get null death if I meet certain very specific circumstances. My son, who had joined me on stream before, has ordered me not to kill cats, so... We'll see what we can do to avoid that. I'm not saying I'm never gonna hit a cat again. In the game. In real life, I'm not gonna hit a cat. I wonder where my cat friends are. Usually they like to join me. Oh, am I allowed to use that? No. I can use that, but it's trash. No healing helm. Okay. This floor has done very little for us. Oh, I have to beat chimeras for a thing. Chimeras. Chimeras. I should also be counting my crocodiles, I understand. I believe I've beaten 2 crocodiles so far. Although, I guess I can find that out. It is important that they be after Gaia. Oh, there's something about fighting robots, right? Oh. Oh, I can unlock haste soon. Oh, that's in the Flying Fortress. Okay, probably nothing yet. Gotta fight some goblins. I'll do that before I come back in here. These guys, I think, have 200 HP. Nah. Are you gonna blaze me? Scorch me? Cremate me? Whatever you do? In the NES version, all the fire attacks had like different distinct names, and I understand they don't now. I want to keep the blue dragon alive. I don't know if that's a whole thing, but... Do, 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 do. We don't need a ton of unlocks. Unlocking things is fun. I mean, I think that is what I've enjoyed so much about the Xenoblade games I've played. And I did beat X recently, I was saying that. Run from the kitties. It'd be interesting if any of these were monsters. Okay. Best weapon-ish. Very fine. Oh, right, the axe thing. Where are the vampire lords at? Dragon mail. That's nice. Guards against fire and ice, not lightning? We don't have access to the diamond shield, do we? No. Okay, well, we want this anyway. Do, 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 do. Cool. So this quest here is based on Final Fantasy XII's Bazaar system. How strange it is that they make up these just arbitrary numbers of different materials you could use. Ooh. Where's the mummy, or not mummy lord, vampire lords at? Normally they're all over the place. These guys have terrible attack but a high chance of paralysis. Which makes these fights kind of dumb, but I think it's supposed to feel really, like, novel and unusual that you're facing mechanical enemies in this game. Because this is one of those games where it goes a little sci-fi at the very end. Kind of a trope, really. Yeah, okay. How do I get out of here? Do I have to go the long, long way? Oh, our last chimeras. Hey! That's kind of neat. It tried to run from me? Oops, I left auto battle on. That's silly. Okay, that's pointless. Yeah. I want to see its thunder ability. Okay. That I accidentally let happen twice. So if I can get a red dragon, what's the rule? Oh, I didn't leave myself very many healing options. Okay. Without running away and without resting. Without running away, defeat at least one of each of the following enemies. You know what? I'm not going to start that quest right now. Because... well, for many reasons. There's a fixed blue dragon available. There is not a fixed green dragon available, and they're very rare before the game's final area. So it's just going to make sense to get the green first. Once you get the green, put that quest in motion. And it would also be nice if I had more spell points available, and yeah. That's neat, though. I don't know if I've ever encountered a random blue dragon. It's probably happened. It's not like I'm some noob. Here, Vampire Lord. Are you still in the game, Vampire Lord? Well, let's just get out of here. You know, the quest at the Sea Shrine. Wherever it is. Is easy. And I think it's the only one. So. You again? Well, it's nice to know that some of those some of those final quests based around rare encounters might not be that bad. There's an item shop here, right? Have I unlocked any interesting spells? No, not for black magic. Ilaga, Kiraja, Nyara. Yep, pretty much we have what we need. Okay. It's fine. I have so much money and nothing to do with it. Like, remember I went to that treasure room in the ice cave? There was no reason for me to do that. Okay, let's see if we can park above the waterfall. Remember that was a thing? Yeah, I don't think there's any way that can happen. That's not a parking space. Okay, so that one quest is just impossible to do. I'll just leave it out. It was for, like, diamond gloves or something, so I guess we'll never get diamond gloves. Which, really, that's a pretty useless item. What else do we have to do? I have to remember to fight goblins in a forest. I guess we can put on better equips. We can use Sunblade now. Grab the power gauntlet while we're here. That's kind of exciting. Music. Stupid. Is this where the treasure is? No. There's one more money chest on this floor. I know it doesn't matter. I guess there's probably, like, Steam achievements for getting every treasure or something. I have, like, 8 Steam friends, like, 4 of whom are my actual friends. Oh, I can't get to all that stuff yet? Okay. I don't remember the layout here. Mage's Staff is just basically a waste of time, but maybe it'll tip some enemy's HP threshold over, who knows. This is where we see how exciting it will be. No, it was not exciting. Do 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 do. I noticed that the ninja's HP differential with the white mage is starting to lessen a little. The white mage tends to get better HP gains. I don't know if it's because of their level up table or actually their vitality score, but it does start to narrow later on. At least I seem to remember it does. Oh no, we got focused. What a big issue. Okay, basically we're looking at a room in each of the 4 corners. One of these, I think, is the power gauntlets. These enemies are outspeeding me quite a bit more. We're poisoned. That was weird. Haven't encountered any ghosts yet. Ghosts in Final Fantasy 1 are more or less the strongest undead enemy. Like at least they have like singular very high attacks, such that they can really damage mages in particular. Great fight. What were those guys doing down here? Okay, we got Giant's Gloves. I don't think we have a reason to... equip them. Elemental weapons and spells cast from items are okay. If I could get those air elementals done, it'd be kind of nice. I just need to not sleep. So that means using very few spell charges, which I've frankly been doing. I might need to use more heal potions than Healagas, and I can do that. Seems worth it. Thundaga and Blizzaga would be a big ol' win. I don't know, attaching them to one quest was a bit of a silly idea, frankly. So take that, King Rams. I haven't heard from King Rams in the duration of this version of this challenge. King Rams made good quests, honestly. I like King Rams' quests. There aren't that many. Light Axe. Can't use that yet. And it's unlikely to matter, really. Man, those guys were a little bit of a challenge the first time I walked through here. Oh, look at this. Exciting. A Sahagin Prince. Have I even fought one of them yet? Very nice. Can't use it. Maybe soon. I say with optimism in my heart. Go to the stairs. This is Kraken's floor, right? Yeah. So I don't think the rooms have treasure. Oh, I think they have 300 HP. So that was a huge waste. Whatever. La, la, la. Yeah, I remembered this floor having no treasure. Even though I'm opening up the map and stuff, I do generally know things about the game. Except for all the parts that are different. What are we gonna do to Kraken? Oops. I say that and then I go on a wrong path. La la la. Okay, so I think Cecil's gonna use Blink and hope to tank most of the hits. In the interest of other people having a better shot at surviving, I think Lena's gonna throw out Proterra, which does use some of my level 6 charges, probably twice. We don't really have much of anything else to worry about, so Locke can use Giant's Gloves, and Vivi can buff Locke. And then Locke will be able to take down Kraken fairly quickly. That's the plan. Once again, I could have been smarter about that. Didn't matter. Okay. Super great. I liked on the NES version when these were called lobsters. Kraken can be mean. And I don't mean that in I'm granting them permission to be mean. That wasn't the intent. Kids can be so cruel. That is an interesting new sprite. Oh! I can use these, right? Yeah. I think we're going to do one more round of the exact same thing. We're going to hope Temper stacks. do you need to do anything? Not really. Sure. Oh, yes. This should be the final round. Now at the moment he takes that big damage. Okay, good. Pretty easy. I was on the careful side for sure. And I was already, you know, more prepared than a player ever needs to be. Which is funny when I've got these limitations in play, but... Okay. So, my quest is... After class change, visit the Altar of Water and exit the Sunken Shrine by walking to the submarine thingy. Characters who can cast Stona or Break must not be killed or petrified during this trip. So that's White Mage and Black Mage. We have to walk out. We cannot teleport. And this is a reference to Palom and Porom. This is like a... You know, their fate is different in this universe. Do, 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 do. We're going to want to be a little on the cautious side, because this is going to be really time-consuming if I were to accidentally let Vivi die. Which, you know, this game's swingy enough that something just stupid could happen, but we're not going to bank on that. Like, there was 100 damage to Vivi out of nowhere, and that kind of sucks. Oops. Do, do, do. Yeah, elementals hit hard in this game. I don't think there's even a way to get petrified in this dungeon. It's great. I think I might want to go beat the green dragon, because if I'm going to go to the flying fortress, how do I prioritize these quests? There's little question that beating the air elementals is the best prize right now, but that'll mean beating the blue dragon as well, so really going to have to go a long time without a nap. I am allowed to shop in between if it seems like I could really use more potions. I wonder what it was like designing dungeons for Final Fantasy I. There wasn't really a precedent of what makes a dungeon good. And I'm not sure if the dungeons are good. It's not like they had a whole lot of features they could use. Although, you know, if you think about the different treasure layouts, the different tile obstacles, spikes, float tiles, like the volcano is kind of an interesting dungeon. So is the Ice Cave, the way you have to backtrack. I don't want to give Ice Cave too much credit. First level. Cool. Third level. I am enjoying the speed of battles in the Pixel Remaster version of this game. Especially when I can take advantage of the auto battle. If I were to make up kind of a dream request, it would be some kind of macro system like Phantasy Star 4. Like if I could save a handful of different sets of battle commands that could be auto-battled, that I could select from, that would automate all of the item selection. Something to buff at the start of a big fight, or sweep small randoms, rather than having to enter commands. That'd be kind of neat. I'm not actually complaining about needing to enter commands, because I do think this is pretty snappy overall. Can't use those. Okay. I wasn't sure if Break might be there. Break must be in Gaia. Because we just unlocked Break. Oh, should I try and do... We have to do a Mummy Lord and a Green Dragon, if I recall correctly. I don't even have to beat the Green Dragon, I just have to encounter it. But I think for the other quest, it's going to make sense to beat it. Okay, Mummy Lord, then Green Dragon. So we're going to take our normal route. Oh, cool. Green Dragon. Where's the Green Dragon at? Where's that? I fought 2 friggin' Tyrannosaurs. Give me a Green Dragon. Green Dragons are normally like a... They're rarer than Warmech in this area. But it's the only place, if I recall correctly, it's the only place you can fight them outside of the final dungeon. But then again, that goes for the NES version. Who knows what's going on here? Green Dragon, where are you? I'm curious. Huh. Okay, it's hard to actually say where the Green Dragon would be in this list, because basically every other enemy in the Waterfall Cavern appears somewhere else. Like, I would have fought them in Citadel of Trials. All the birds would have been somewhere else. I don't think certain areas in this cave have better chances of specific enemies. I don't think that's how this game works. Never has been in the past. So here I am walking in tight circles. Green Dragon. Okay. How do I live? I have no way to negate poison. I can do things that weaken it a little, but not things that stop it entirely. Okay. Okay, so that's good for two things. That means this quest is done. I've beaten a green dragon. High potion. I'm kind of hoping for gators. Crocodiles, whatever they're called, because those are for that stupid bazaar quest. I can call that one stupid because I'm the one that wrote it. At least I think I am. We'll go to Gaia and buy Break, which is useful for another quest anyway. And that's for the quest that gives me the Aegis Shield. Don't use the inn. I've already used like 20-something potions, so I guess I'll get new ones just to be sure. Since I have to be careful about not resting. I've used way more than 20-something potions. Defeat a group of 5 goblins in a forest. Well... La 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 la. I know that groups of 5 goblins exist. Where is the 5th goblin? Oh no, they trolled me by only sending 3 guys. Oh no, they trolled me again. I know that groups of 5 goblins exist. Why did my kid decide it had to be 5 goblins? There are groups of 5 goblins, right? Yes. Not really sure what's up with the checkboxes there. Anyway, okay. Red Dragon and White Dragon would be really nice before Mirage Tower. I seem to remember fighting a Red Dragon on just the 2nd level when I was here earlier. So this redone pixel art is funny, because there's this one gesture that Edgar makes in Final Fantasy VI that really looks like he's just giving the player the middle finger. And I always thought that, anyway. And, you know, maybe that's a little immature, but it's legitimately what it looks like to me. They made it look like even more like it in the Pixel Remaster, to the extent that I kind of know it because one of my kids said it. It wasn't me. One of my kids was like, oh, look, he's giving us the finger. Independently of me saying anything. Do you know that thing? I don't want to give the finger on stream, but he holds up his hand in front of him, and I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but it super looks like he's just aiming a middle finger at the camera in his little pixel art hands. No running away, huh? I haven't run away, have I? I don't think so. Here, red dragons. Did I go further down? Maybe I should go further down. I'm just gonna have to keep healing so much because of lava tiles. I'm not crazy about that because I'm trying to conserve my spell slots, but let's do it. I have like 5 active challenges right now, but there's a good one here. Allow them to cast Blink twice. One. Two. And then defeat them using only physical attacks. That one, for whatever reason, doesn't have checkboxes, which I guess is my fault. But we'll just remember that it's done. I'm really not that weak yet. Hit the fire with the sunblade. No running. I thought I was going to finish tonight, but it is looking a little doubtful. Getting some fairly hard quests done. Not hard, laborious. Maybe that's not really a better word. Time-consuming. Okay, Red Dragons. If you're not here, you're nowhere, right? Red Dragon is done. I believe I'm allowed to use exit for all of these challenges. Just no running, no resting. Okay. Ice Cave. I think I'm allowed to die, too. Just no running, no resting. Where's the white dragon? Nope. Here we are. My game is feeling a little laggy. I think you could probably even see it. And I don't know why that would be happening. It's kind of weird. Okay, that was a very ineffective Null Frost, but we're done. Oh, hello. Is this, John? Did we rename each other in this environment? Okay, need to not sleep. Not sleep. I need to heal pretty bad, too. Okay, I got a line on about 4 quests, including, like, that stupid, Vampire Lord thing. I'll give him the Mithril Axe, and we'll use that if we need to. Yes, yeah. I recognize that after I said that. I've never had you here, have I? You know, besides the gaming community you and I shared, there was one other I was a part of mostly before. Different people. And I have little bits of people from each of those gaming communities joining me from time to time, and so it's kind of funny. Usually not too much. I don't usually have people watching me. How are you doing? Oh, this is good. This is good. Because I got that quest where I need to fight Guardians. If I do these guys. This is ridiculous, by the way. I have so many quests active right now, they're hard to track. The one that's on screen right now I'm not actively doing. No running. Tough year, but getting better. Tough year for you personally? I don't have any idea what's going on with you. I was on the board, I don't know if it was earlier this year or late last year, because you know, I come and go. Oh, Blue Dragon! This is so exciting! Okay, so White Dragon's done. We are just waiting on this to get access to ribbons, which are awesome equips. We're gonna sit here, we're gonna Null Shock, and let this guy pummel us. Oh, yeah. And then do what we like to do to enemies. Yeah, Blue Dragon's strong. Okay, amazing. That was one of those quests that I thought there was a good chance we were going to do. Without running away, without resting, we defeated each of the following dragons, the 4 dragons, and we took damage from Ice Storm, Blaze, Poison Gas, and Thunderbolt. It is done. We are ribbon eligible. Totally awesome. You know, if I remember correctly, Mr. Klutz, you and I were both brought to the Moffat from... Or, sorry, not from anything shared, but by the same person, Natasha. And it's funny to think that me and another person came from the Final Fantasy 1 board on Game FAQs, but I don't think you did, so I don't know if you actually know anything about this game. But if you did, what just happened would have been very exciting. Okay. Oh. I'm so excited about all these things now. Defeat 3 Medusas. Oh, okay, awesome. 3 Medusas or Earth Medusas using the Break spell. If a character with Break or a character who can use the Aegis Shield are slain or petrified, start the counter back at 0. After beating 3, report back to the Circle of Sages. So we are going to have to pummel this kitty. And we'll just defend, I guess. How many breaks I got? 5. I hope they work. Oh, cool sound effect. That is 1. That's 2. That's 3. Okay, we are done our 3. The quest is in progress because we haven't been able to report to the Circle of Sages. Okay. Gold needle. That's so good. Oh man, this session started out with some really bad luck on the quest front. And then it got better. And that's very exciting. Very exciting. Wonder where those vampire lords are. I never encountered any deep eyes. So what's happened here is a gaming community created quests for this game, locking all the things you would normally have. I made this bad Python UI for tracking the quests. Oh yeah, well, I wasn't saying much. And this is just, you know, I don't need to fight this guy in any special way. I'm just going to use violence. It worked. Always the answer. Okay, the big thing, I guess, ignoring some of those other ones for a moment, is if I'd really like to beat air elementals. Oh, can't run. I was gonna run. How hard are Black Knights? Can I wipe them with item casts? Oh, it's kind of tough. Okay, I can use that. I gotta watch for Spirit Nagas while I'm here. Unlocking the Defender would be very nice. There's lots of good things. This tile set looks a lot like the one from the Dawn of Souls version of this game. Here's another Evil Eye. That's wonderful. Here, air elementals. Oh. Just making sure I'm only using elemental attacks here. That's one air elemental. I watched Cephalec clean my teeth. Yeah. Great. Okay, we got one blink. We're gonna wait for it to cast blink a second time no matter what it's doing. These people have really stupid spell selection. Fire, sleep. Are you new? Cast blink again. No one cares about your dark. Heal. Oh, it used blink. Okay. This is going to be a bad fight now that those guys are, like, blind, silent, and slow. Using physical attacks to fight a Spirit Naga sucks. Look at them. The damage is awful. Okay. Whatever. This is over. A character that can equip Defender... Okay, done. We are allowed access to Defender. Defender is awesome. I'm not going to equip it because I'm worried I'm going to run into... Vampire Lords. I don't know if Vampire Lords live here or not. So yeah, this is community-generated quests. Everything in the game is locked until you beat a quest that unlocks it. Things that you would normally just have access to. By doing a community-generated side quest, you get access to that thing. So the game is unmodified. Yeah, I'm just playing like an idiot. It's pretty good. The Python thing here, it's ugly, it's bad. Helps me track what quests are done or not. Some of the quests ended up being generated by one of my kids. Actually, I think all of my kids ended up making one of them. It's interesting. Oh, okay. Oh, that actually did damage. Weak against fire. Basically, I was excited to get one of those just to polish off a little bit more of the bestiary. Gonna be getting kind of close to unlocking whatever amazing thing that unlocks, so... That Death Knight there is a mean fella. You might think so by hearing his name. It turns out he's rather easy to defeat. But they can use the strongest black magic in the game, so you don't mess around with them. Some of the treasure here is so weird. Yeah, that guy, it's funny that he hasn't played a role in any quests, because Death Knights are, really nasty offensive spellcasters if you give them a little bit of time. Can I, like, pick up that adamant? I've unlocked Thor's hammer. I've retrieved the adamant. Imagine having trouble running into air elementals. Normally I can't keep them away. You are no longer of use to me, Spirit Naga. And without having slowed me, my physical attacks are considerably more potent. Getting a lot of the same rather boring things. I'm actually allowed to run from fights now, aren't I? That was just for the dragons. Okay. Yes. I wonder who came up with the idea of an Earth Medusa, like a Medusa that's specifically, what, attuned to the ground? What is that exactly? What does that mean? Is that where their petrification magic comes from? Maybe it sounds cool in Japanese. I cannot use the white robe or the black robe. At least I don't think so. No black robe. No white robe. They're very nice. I hope to be able to use them one day. Largely for their spellcasts. Being able to free cast with the black robe is pretty badass, so... We can get a katana here. Ah. I need you for something. These guys have really mean attacks. It's okay. Sasuke's blade, not katana. I can use it. What's awkward is I'm trying to keep an elemental attack on him for fighting the air elementals, which is part of the requirements of this quest. Fire, ice, and lightning attacks. Two doors way down there, and then two separated up here. I generally remember that, but, you know... I think two of these treasure rooms, two of these rooms are just nothing. And they were kind of cool in the NES version, because they looked like modern technology, in kind of a vaguely, badly 8-bit sprited way. It seems like it was teasing something bigger, and I liked that. This game felt really imaginative at the time. A Vampire Lord. Okay, there's opportunity here. We're going to defeat a Vampire Lord using only attacks with axes. I don't know what else we're gonna do here. Maybe nothing. Can't damage them. I mean, if they're gonna keep casting thunder spells on... Wait, everyone is already resistant to thunder. Can't really silence them for the other quest. Well, let's just heal up. What can you do? Nothing? Cool, nothing. Okay. We have defeated a Vampire Lord using only damage caused by attacks with axes. Sell the axe that deals the killing blow. I will do that. Okay. Complete. Kill 30 undead, including a dragon zombie and a vampire lord. Well, okay. Done, but I still have to stand in the woods near Cornelia and say out loud, blah, blah, blah. Okay. There's another one. Observe an enemy casting Null Shock, Null Fire, Null Frost, Null Death, or Null All. Cast Death or Kill on the monster and ensure it survives. Win the battle without any characters who can learn Null Death having negative status effects. We can do this. We're gonna... Should I kill one of them? We're gonna sit here like idiots. So, in the NES version, these guys had a tendency to cast Null All. Sounded weird. Null All. And due to a bug, it didn't affect them either. But it would make them fire resistant, but there was also a bug where weakness overrided resistance, so it never did anything. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of another game, actually. Anyway. So if they cast Nullfire on themselves to set up their defenses, and it fails... There we are. Null Blaze. Null Blaze. Okay. So now they've put up a defense... I cast Kill on them and make sure it does not work. Death or Kill. May as well go with Death. Anticlimactic, but what did I expect? And then win. Is this still going to do good damage? No, pretty bad damage. Okay, cool. Death Force. Done. Okay. I'm running out of those quests that I had been waiting on. Which is grand. Everything I needed to do with the Vampire Lord, I think, is done in that one fight. I need these guys. Yes, thank you for showing up and volunteering yourself. Okay. But I need air elementals. I'd really like air elementals. Boy, I've sure used a lot of potions. I got one back, so that's great. I can put on a more useful weapon. I'm gonna go with an Ice Brand just to make the air elemental thing easier. Even though I have access to both the Sunblade and Defender now, and Sasuke's Katana. Slow is a pretty nasty effect on a knight at this level. Earlier in the game it doesn't matter, but right now it does. Ooh! This is a good guy. Oh, about to brush your teeth and go to bed. You were talking about cleaning your teeth. Okay. Thanks for joining me for a short time. Stay well, have a good sleep. Okay, this guy can cast Null All and Healara. All I need to do is... I don't even know what I need to do. What do I need to do? Null All. Okay. Oh, I missed it, but he did it. Okay, he has cast both Null All and Healara. In fact, he's just sitting there buffing and healing like crazy. This is wonderful. This whole run was only okay until, like, an hour ago. Okay, awesome. Healara, done. Null All, done. I'm looking for soldiers and air elementals, and that's it. One soldier, for that matter. I don't think I can use the Protect Cloak. No. One soldier. Done. Haste is available. Which, for those of you in the know, is badass. Perfect. Elemental. Elemental. Elemental, elemental. Friggin' sweet. Have to talk to Jeff again. Okay. There's a lot of these where I have to, like, check in at the end. Cast break 3 times. Null Death. Okay, so this is possible now. Bring Close and Protect Ring to Dwarven Smith. Okay. Without using any restorative items from the time you enter the Flying Fortress. Defeat a group of robotic enemies. I'm gonna do this. I didn't realize this was an easy get, but it is. Because the layout of... It says Flying Fortress. It doesn't say anything about... Mirage Tower. I should really do the Fork Tower quest. Yeah. Anyway, the layout of these 2 floors is so simple that going back is easy. It's going to be an easy win. 1 group of robotic enemies? I think this is a quest on the easy side, probably intentionally, because it's quite a bit after you would normally have access to Quake, and Quake, frankly, isn't that good in this game. We just failed to run on a preemptive, so that's fun. Oops, it's in the middle room. I knew that. Okay. So, right now, restorative items are banned. Leave without using teleport or exit. Oh, there you go. I would have been further ahead attacking. Yeah, naturally. This is actually an interesting challenge. Because... Soldier and Warmech are so hard on the offensive. They both hit really hard. I mean, obviously Warmech. If Warmech's even called Warmech in this version. That's really weird that he shows up beside the teleporter. I can use restorative spells, but not restorative items. Okay. Ah, perfect. I guess we'll take out the soldier first. Leave without using teleport or exit. I think I'm going to still not use restorative items, although we'll see how I feel about that if I run into a Warmech. But all I need to do now is win, right? So I'm going to go fight Tiamat. What weapons did I give these people? Sunblade? Why didn't I do this earlier? It is available, right? It's from a way earlier quest, so yeah. Okay. Uh-oh. Nice katana. Okay. I had forgotten how many screens up I'd gone, but I kind of knew how that floor works, so... Okay. It'd be interesting to run into a Tiamat. It would help me get Excalibur. Sorry, not Tiamat. Warmac. Warmac. Do I want to try for a Warmac fight? How long do you think I'd be waiting for Warmac? It fills out my... there's not a lot of quests involving Warmac, oddly. But it helps me with Excalibur. And it helps with the bestiary, and that's it. Main reason I'm keeping my hit points high is in case of Warmac. I think I'm gonna wait for him. I don't know, 5 more battles? Is 5 more battles reasonable? Good sound effect. Whoever designed that should feel good about their job. Oh, I thought I was going to fail to run on a preemptive again. Do, 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 do. You know what's funny is the equip loadouts in general. Like, there's very little that I would want to have at normal endgame that I don't have right now. Or won't have very soon. Like the Aegis shield. Getting that is huge. I said 5 more battles. How many battles has it been? Does it mean 5 more battles have fought? Because I think it might have been 5 battles now. Maybe saying 5 battles was just a stupid thing to say. Because apparently I make a rule for myself and then I don't follow it. Holy, that's a lot of black flans. Who cooked all the flans? Is there a kitchen in the Flying Fortress? Do they have one of those Star Trek style food replicators? I would legitimately really like to encounter the Big Bozo. The biggest of the bozos. Look at that, we all resisted Mind Blast except Cecil. I wonder if that's because of Ribbon. I wonder if Ribbon blocks status effects explicitly in this version. Oh, something new. Very exciting. It's weird that that was stronger than the Thor Hammer effect. You know what? Forget it. And if that means no Excalibur, then that's just how it is. I don't think buffing matters that much. I mean, attack buffing, sure. Elemental buffs were just set, I think. Maybe I'll cast Break. Didn't work. That's strong. I'm gonna try Break again. It should have fairly good odds, if they didn't make him immune, which they might have. I think I had heard something about that, but I don't know if that's other fiends or... I wasn't really watching my damage numbers. I don't really know what she has to contribute. This could work if she's in a certain HP threat. Oh, okay, she is in a certain HP threshold. There's a couple more quests I want to do, specifically in Mirage Tower and Floating Castle. But I don't think it's going to be a today thing. Sadly. Do them next time and then beat the game. I have what I need to beat the game now. Really? End game progression. Does that make new quests appear? No. Leave without using teleport or exit. Done. Not done. Can't be done. Go to Crescent Lake and talk to Jeff. Thanks again, Jeff. Sell the axe that deals the killing blow. That was a mithril axe. It is. That's the one. Light axe is now in play. Okay. I guess I'll get some spells while I'm here. I think Quake's better than Death. I can get Stona. There's no quest for Invisira. Hooray. Alright. Thanks, Krylos, for hating the undead so much. I really dislike the undead. It would be a much better place without the undead. Boy, it's nice that the world that I actually live in doesn't have undead. The rules under which we live are indeed a nice set of rules for the most part. And I think that qualifies for that bottom criteria. Eight Spirit Nagas. I fought 3 Spirit Nagas? Three Spirit Nagas. I was right. Report to the Circle of Sages. I did that. We go to the Dwarven Smith. We bring him... I don't want to forge Excalibur until I've earned it. So let's just say this is bringing him clothes in a Protect Ring, and he's forging me a Black Robe. So I need to sell the clothes and Protect Ring. One clothes. One Protect Ring, which I have a lot of. Okay. Done. Saber not done. That one's oddly not done. Early weird things. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff that just became available. Aegis Shield. Sunblade's still probably going to be his best weapon. I think I'll keep him with it over Defender, which is actually better flippy flops. But Defender I can also leave open for utility casting in battle. Perfect. Pretty perfect, and a Black Robe. It'll be great.
Hey, sorry to interrupt you, but dinner's ready.
Perfect timing. Okay. I'm eligible for a Black Robe. Aren't you happy? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna save up, and then dinner's ready. So that's kind of perfect. Boy, that's a lot of quests I ended up getting done at the end. Still lots to do, though. A few things we can do. It'll be great. Alright, let's get out of here and give it a save. As always, thank you for joining me on this weird thing. I really thought I was going to finish today, and I could finish at any time. I don't know. I don't want 100% the quest list, but there's more I want to do, so... yeah. Pretty high level. It's gross. Okay. See ya.